same sort.
You mean you've already gone through med school?
Yeah, and you're like
now
6
you're
months into residency of a civilian.
Well, see, right now you're not even qualified. You don't have a specialty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what the Army will do is the Army will probably make you a general medical officer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Which means you pretty much do what the Army wants you to do.
Okay, so
in that medical facility.
Okay, so at what point? At what point would you be stuck in a specific profession you want?
That would be to the needs of the Army.
Uh-huh.
If you don't have a specialty and you go in, the Army always, we encourage you to get a higher education. And if you don't have a specialty and all you have is med school under your belt, then yeah, we can try to find something for you.
Okay, if you're like in specialty training at that moment, will it matter?
No, because you're not qualified.
Okay, so you have to have your specialty qualification to be it set in stone.
Yes, for you to come into the Army as that specialty. Yeah.
Okay. And how do going up ranks work? How do you get promoted in ranks as a medical personnel person?
It's kind of standard every so many years. You're going to move up, but there are certain qualifications for different ranks. Some may be higher education. Some may just be time and grade. You will come in as a captain. So some may say you need to be a company commander before you become a major. So you may need to go and hold the position of a company commander for a year or two before they can even look at you to be a major. And then once you hit those little qualifications, you've been a captain for a couple of years.
Okay, is it like additional training in like military knowledge or additional training in, okay.
Military.
All right. And do salaries vary for like specific type, or is it all set by your rank?
Your rank. Your rank is going to determine your salary.
Okay.
Now, remember we talked about those, those extra pays that we have? Those are going to be some of the things that are going to be determined according to your specialty.
Okay, and where can we find what they'll like reimburse? Like, say after you specialize, where can we find what they'll reimburse as far as medical school loans and all that? Where can we find that specific information?
You mean like after school?
Yeah.
If you talk about if you do this program?
No, if you like do the program after you like specialize, will they like have a reimbursement program?
Like if you don't do the HPSP,
right.
You go to medical school, you do your residency, and then you enlist.
And then you enlist. This is what happens. You're going to have student loans, right? For each specialty, for each job field, things are slightly different. We may want a thoracic surgeon more than we want OBGYN. So we may offer this thoracic surgeon different options. We may offer them, $140,000 student loan repayment plus $100,000 sign-up bonus. Right now, I think one of our sign-up bonuses is up to like $400,000. So it all depends on what your specialty is as far as what will be offered to you. It depends on what we need. So the more we need you, the harder we'll recruit you. The more options we want to throw at you.
Okay, so you just have to talk about it, contact someone, or is there...
Every year it changes. Every October, it changes. Every October, we'll look at our numbers, and we'll see what we need, and according to what we need, we'll make the options different for each other. That answer your question?
Yes. And are there any particular like specialties that are generally not needed or very few in the military?
We pretty much need everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have
we can
someone,
pretty much use you no matter what you want.
So if you like deliver babies, that's going to like.
Hey, we do that.
Okay.
Soldiers have kids.
Okay.
My son was born in a military facility.
Okay.
Military medical facility. Walker Reed. I was working at Walker at the time too, so I knew everybody. So I actually got to go and prep with them and all that good stuff. Pretty cool.
So after these 4 to 6 years where the Army basically owns you, how do they compete with civilian pay?
It definitely competes with civilian pay. In a lot of cases, coming straight out of med school and residency, you're going to be making, I'm not going to say a lot more. The numbers are going to look the same, but then you're going to have a lot less to pay out of your pocket.
pay malpractice insurance, there goes your salary up right there.
Right.
And it's things like that. You don't have to worry about if you get out of med school and you go into business on your own, you start a practice, you got startup expenses like out the wazoo. So you got to do it, so you're going to have expenses, you're going to have to borrow money to get set up. So this is a place here where you're going to just move right on into making some really good money with a lot of benefits.
Yes.
Where people coming right out of med school, out of residency, then have to spend about 2 to 3 years to get up to that maybe 120,000 to 300,000, what some of these people are making once they get established. Now, of course, in civilian medical sort of environment now is changing, where most people are going and working for hospitals rather than starting up their own practice. So that might be not quite as much of a startup burden on somebody. But doing the military, you're going to be making good money, and once you add in all the benefits and no malpractice and all that, it's going to be, I'd say, over what most civilians would be making.
So the benefits that add up to give you your total salary.
Correct.
Right.
Actually, your salary is going to be competitive once you add in your annual salary, your base pay, your housing allowance, variable special pays, incentive pays, all this. Once you add these numbers up, you're already going to be competitive. But then once you start subtracting your malpractice insurance.
And the other thing you need to realize, if you don't go with this program, you're going to be $180,000 to $300,000 in debt, and guess what your mortgage payment on that's going to be? So subtract that from your civilian pay.
Exactly.
And you're not going to have that debt if you go this route.
And you get health silvers.
And we have a lot of benefits that you really don't even see. My insurance, my auto insurance, my insurance on my house is through USAA, you know. So there are a lot of small perks that aren't even in black and white that you'll receive just by being a military service member. Just the things that you get in everyday life. You can go somewhere and be in uniform and people give you some things. How many times you see people walk up to other people and thank them for their occupation? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to put the uniform on back in at least once a day. And that kind of makes you feel good about what you did.
This is my last one. Is there an option to kind of like do special ops missions? Is like a dentist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. There's another one of those special things, special pays to it. They offer that. Those guys. Remember when I said the Army encourages you to go above and beyond?
Right.
Those are some trainings that you can do. You can go and qualify for, put your name in, sign up for. And once again, those are some of the things that they might take you knowing close the door in your face just to see how bad you want it. Because those are considered privileges. Being an officer is considered a privilege. You know, a lot of people like to think, this is my life, I'm going to go get this job. It's not that easy. It's a privilege to be able to put this uniform on. And a privilege to have people salute you. A privilege to be able to treat soldiers, people that defend you, every day, put their lives on the line.
So the special ops missions, all I really know about special ops missions is to say that it's a special ops mission. Like, is that a 2-week long, 2-week long thing that you just get deployed and then do the mission and come back, or is
you don't know that? You'll never know that. You'll never know. Like, I would never know that because I don't do it.
Right.
And you'll never know that. The only people that know that are those people that know special ops missions.
So are you pretty much, stateside, and then you have your special ops mission and you get deployed and then you're back in the States? And
some do that. Some do that. But being in the Army, as long as I can pretty much say there's special ops people that have been there for years, that have been in a certain area for years. That's what we do. So that's not something you can just ask. You have to ask the special ops recruiters, right? Someone who's in special ops.
So I'd be a dentist.
And
on
there'd
that
be a
mission.
need to know, and that's one of those need to know things.
So I'd be a dentist on that mission. Would I be responsible for anything else?
Correct. And I'm pretty sure those guys have they have teams. And as a team member, you may be, they may be like, hey, look, I know you're the dentist that's come here to treat us and help us out while we're on this mission. And you have to be qualified to do the things that they do, go there and help them out. But you wouldn't be, per se, attached to that team, like, everywhere they go, that's where you go. No. You know what I'm saying?
So what are the requirements to be, or I guess, I don't know if...
Yeah, you have to get one of those guys. But you'll probably be in a facility somewhere, and they'll probably call you up and be like, hey, this is, Colonel such, my special ops unit is one of such, wherever, and we want to send a humanitarian team over with them, dental, docs, whatever, maybe even vets. A lot of our humanitarian teams involve vets, and go over to take care of some of the natives of wherever we are. Yeah. They have different missions, so it's hard to answer that question. Take one more. Can we come up with one more?
Yeah.
I knew you would.
And promotion, say from captain to major, what's your time frame looking at? And do you apply for that, or do you have to wait till someone recognizes your merit?
You're already in the system. After so many years, they're going to be looking at you. They'll be like, okay, well, this guy's been a captain for 6 years. Why isn't he a major yet? What's going on with him? And then they're looking, and like your branch manager, remember I was talking about that? Your career advisor. Hey, dude, you need to either go be a commander somewhere, you need to go be an instructor somewhere. They'll help you out. They'll tell you along the way. I know people that have been captains for 10 years. I know people that were captain for 4 years. So it's on you. It's on you communicating with your branch manager, finding out what it is that you need, what they're going to be looking for. But usually about 4 or 5 years as a captain.
But it's amazing how positive the military is, the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy, about you getting education. If you want to get out and get another degree, enlisted people, if they want to get a master's, they make that available for you. And as a doctor, if you want to expand or go to seminars and get better at what you do, they are very positive towards education. And also with the promotion thing, they're always wanting to see you advance, and they want to make you a better person, and they're always supporting you in that.
So there's.
I'm not taking no question. No,
So besides the medical field, there's also like other branches within the military that you can do, like with majors. Because I have a friend, he wants to go into the infantry. Then my boyfriend, he's going into the Navy, but he's doing nuclear engineering as well. So, like, are there different other like medical and nuclear?
in the Army?
Yeah.
Yes. The AMED is just one part of the Army's officer.
Okay.
You have infantry, artillery, and all that other good stuff. Which to some people it's their cup of tea. That's what they're about. That's what they want to do. But then you have those of us who are going to be healthcare providers.
So.
And we're slightly different from everybody. You'll notice our attitude, personalities,
Yeah.
it's all slightly different from the rest of the Army.
Air Force are cocky. They kind of have a uppity air about them. But hey, the Army is more down to earth, low crawl.
More general.
More general, very sort of less formal maybe. But just the Army. And then the Navy, they're just weird.
Yeah, my dad was in the Navy, and I was like, this is okay. But I won't knock any, I would never knock any branch. Those are my brothers and my sisters. We all have our pros and our cons.
And that's something about the military. They do respect each other across the branches. They joke about one another.
Yeah,
They rib each other. But when it comes down, they're all in this together. So bottom line is that we're all brothers in this, or sisters.
Yeah, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. All right. So